dream of the sport. And
Right.
then, and sometimes if you, I don't know if you follow and stuff right now, if you pay attention to what's going on in IFBB, particularly in the women's physique division, where you have the former champion and the current champion, they're kind of going at it. So much more
I
from,
saw that. Yeah.
it's so much more because I think she's right there in your area, Texas. Because
Yeah.
because my
That's,
standpoint of this, like, this is it. This is a sport. Unless you don't come in your best shape, someone coming better, just all you gotta do is just go back to the gym and work at it.
and work it. Yeah. That's the way. That's what this is designed for you to do. That to me, that's what makes it so much fun. I mean, you can always change your physique. You can always work harder. It's never ending, honestly. You know. And you're right. I mean, we shouldn't get into that. That it shouldn't be that way. If if you don't win, then just go back and go back to the lab, as they say, and rework some things.
That's the thing about this. It's a understanding the work, the dedication. It's like anything. All athletes have to. If you don't have, if you don't like your competitor, at least respect them. You know what? Oh, wait a
I
minute.
believe that.
I just had, what's going on here? I think I got an issue here. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Let me see. What's going on here? Who's this? Who's this?
Hi, Donna.
Well, I thought I have a little surprise for you. Like, oh, feel like I see color purple with
Yeah.
So, folks, if you recognize this lady, she's been a guest on my channel before. We have the lovely Mrs. Donna Jones, IFB Pro and Master Olympian. Donna, these two are good friends. I said, you know what? I want her to come on and talk about her friend and talk about their
That's
story.
so
How,
nice.
yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, Donna this is going to be her last tour as IFBB Pro. You know,
Yes.
I
Hmm.
as a fan, we see all these retired because we're gonna miss those beautiful muscles. But
Uh-huh.
we can catch it on social media stuff like guys. You can still catch it on social media. It's out there. Yeah, I know we won't see you in a little suit, ripped and shredded. You get kind of excited about
I know, I know. It's
that.
okay. I still be around because my girl here, she's
Yep.
gonna be looking to, for her getting for her pro card and stuff. So hey, I'm still gonna be there for her 110%.
Yes.
So I'll be
Oh,
around. I might not be all chopped up all year round and stuff like that, but hey, I'ma still have these lovely little lady lumps here.
yes, indeed.
so,
They're not
with
going nowhere.
So Donna, what do you see her as her prospects as IB Pro? Like, because it's tough, especially it took
Yeah.
you a good while to get your pro card.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, it's good. It's tough, especially her. She's natural, of course. So we have to work harder. Well, she have to work
Mm.
harder with a natural physique. So, but I I can see 100% that she's gonna get her
Oh,
pro card.
thank you,
Yeah,
Donna. She's pushing me to. She's pushing me.
yeah. Hmm. This is road to
Road
pro
to
right
pro.
now for her. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I can
Chad,
I can I can see it because I mean this lady here. I'm telling you, I can say hands down that there's nothing whatsoever will
No.
get in this lady way to keep pushing for anything that she put her mind to.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own two eyes. Okay,
Oh,
I've seen this lady came from, you know, we know with having the weight and stuff like that to like literally, okay, shredding down to make it to the stage with all the ups and downs, with all the struggles, with all the rocky roads, with all the waves, and with all the titles. This
turn.
woman here just kept. If I had half of the strength and the motivation that she have right now,
You do.
back then, I'm telling you.
Oh, back then, yeah. Yeah.
but that's the thing is, it's that's the important part of when you have somebody in your corner, who supports you. You support
That's,
her when you went with her when she was Chicago and got her
Oh
master
yes.
throw
oh,
qualification.
yes.
Hmm.
And you went
Hmm.
Those,
with her to Japan and stand there and
Yes.
you go
mhm.
to her
Yes.
shows because
Hmm.
people. I said we earlier, people see the sport very selfish, but it is, even though you're on the stage by yourself, there is a team. Her
There's a
coach, your
team.
coach,
There's a team. Yeah.
the people who stand in the corner, your kids.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about that sport. It's just it's good to have that support because most people may not have that
Yeah. It's
because
true.
I've said this before often. This sport can really take a lot out of you physically,
Oh,
mentally, emotionally,
Emotionally.
financially. That's the big part right there. Because
That part.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially that part.
yeah, because for like I always say this for you ladies, it's a Spence show day, and compared to the guys who got to put on banana hammocks and board shorts, that's about it.
Right.
And yeah, the cost of traveling to the shows, like you did
Mhm.
Chicago, you went to
Mhm.
Japan, you went
Mhm.
Yeah.
to I think the Masters was it in Arizona?
No.
Uh,
Where do we went to Japan. We
You
went
went.
to
You went to Chicago
I mean
first. Well,
Chicago.
I went to
Then
Seattle. That was the first one,
yeah.
Emerald
and then
Cup.
yeah, Emerald Cup, and then from Emerald Cup to Chicago Pros, and then Japan. Then a week, not even a week and a half later, we were on a plane. It's like in a whirlwind. Everything happening
Yeah.
so fast, and like, oh my god, like
Mm-hmm.
how are we gonna get to Japan now? It was crazy, but I tell people all the time, it takes a village to get you to the stage.
It does.
Don't be selfish, people thinking that because that you on the stage by yourself, that you got yourself there. No,
No. Yeah.
no. Mm-mm.
Family, friends. The
Yes,
sacrifices. That you
yes,
had to make, and just people pushing and supporting you.
yeah.
It's a village.
My
The
my
coaching.
my church people, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you, those people love me like
Faithful.
I'm telling you, it's like those people in my church, my sisters and brothers and my pastor and everybody, they come together and help me so much when
Yeah.
I have shows.
And
You
it's a
know,
beautiful thing.
yeah, I take the whole family with me when I'm there
Mm-hmm.
on stage. It's not just me. And I'm not just to asking God to let me place because I'm asking him to let me do this for my people. You
Yeah.
know, the ones that stood there with me, the ones that have been there in my corner and stuff.
Yeah.
And that lady right there, I'm telling you, she took some hangry and
It was
stressed out, you
it was
know,
an honor.
you know, talking from me, and she would always, she knows how to calm me down. She's like, Donna wanna take a deep breath. She knew how
Yeah.
to really, because when you go into big shows like this, your emotions and everything is just like
Yes.
all over the place, and sometimes things come out your mouth that you like, oh my god, did I just say that?
And
Like,
but
really?
yeah, it's such a beautiful thing though, because like you were saying about just the support, having the support of others.
Yeah.
I could, like, how can you look at that any different? You know what to expect. You know
Hmm.
that I'm here to support you in whatever it is you need because we're bringing you to the stage. Period.
Hmm. Hmm.
It doesn't matter if you have an attitude. Doesn't matter if you're hangry. If you need this, you need that. If I'm freezing and you hot, I'm gonna freeze because I'm not gonna.
And we had
And that's
sometimes like,
and that's
So
how it was. I'm just gonna wrap up, just whatever that is to support. Because if you're calm and you're relaxed, then you can focus on what you need to focus on, keeping your cortisol low, all of that, and that's
yeah,
what your support team is
yeah,
supposed to do.
yeah,
Be there
yeah.
for
yeah,
you in that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and that's it's good for a sport team, especially y'all have two different aspects of training when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
natural, she's
Hmm.
enhanced.
Hmm.
You respect what she does, you respect what you
That's
do,
it. Yeah.
and
Hmm.
it's especially as women because this sport, as I talk about quite often, this sport can very be, there's so many issues with it because people have like I know we are two hanging out. I know, y'all two, like I said, this is for me as a muscle pro. This is kind of exciting. I had two buff chicks at the same time. So, but other men may not find that appealing because y'all both beautiful women in your own right.
Oh,
And
thank you.
ma'am. See, I wear my Doc Holliday. He's a Southern gentleman. He always say, man, and man, it's my pleasure to tell a lady that she's lovely. That's just my thing. That's why I wear my
Yeah.
Doc today. You know, and that's the thing is that everybody has their opinion or they thought of somebody else. I've talked to ladies. I know ladies who just attractive who have to deal with people making comments, and you have kids, both of y'all. And I
Mm-hmm.
know it's a time when sometimes you're out and about and people are looking up and down. Children are a little more kinder because they're kind of curious, but adults can be.
It could be mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And those are things that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. But I feel like, you know, if you know yourself, we,
That's
we
it.
know how hard we work when we get in the gym. You
Yes.
know, I'm not always in prep. I'm natural. As soon as I get off prep, that's it. And that's the
Mhm.
work that I put in, like literally on my own
Yeah.
for
So,
months at a time. Months at a
yeah.
time. So I feel like when I put that work in without having anything, then that's my blessing. So
Mhm.
I feel like if anybody else has to say anything, oh, you look like a guy or whatever,
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. I know God love me. Hey, and I know the friends that and the people that are around me, my people, they love me just as much, just
That's
how
it.
I am.
That's it.
And that's what make me put a smile on my face. I'm like, yeah, because we get a lot of people, even us working out. People look at us and it's especially men, they snur their face up and all that. But that's jealousy because it's not my fault that you don't look like us.
Here, I'll make that point like this. As a man, I have no reason to be jealous of a woman.
Right.
Because you're a woman. We're like I said this. We're the same race, but we're different species. Different genders. You want to say like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What you can do in your same things I do. Because you know what? When I was younger, I was like by the time I was 16, I was pressing 350 on the bench press. I was doing
Mhm.
550 on the squat. That was when I was a younger man. Me now, I'm a little bit old, I'm a little bit broken, but what you do because you are a competitor. Both of y'all are competitors.
Right.
You're amateur, you're a pro, you're both competitors. And men who look at that, you should be either be like, wow, like I don't know, maybe just me. I'd be like wondering, like I'd be kind of shy, I'd be kind of scared because I don't know if you might want to, hurt me or something like that. But because y'all so big and buff, But that's the thing is that any man who gets intimidated by a woman, there's something wrong. You got, I would say like
Yeah.
this. Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
something. It's some saying. You might have a little sugar in your tank.
Yeah.
Well, just as much as we may get the negative comments and looks or whatever, we also get a lot of positive.
A
We are
lot. A lot.
inspiring people,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. They come and it's beautiful that they come and say something, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
extremely encouraging. Some of them aren't intimidated. They come up to ask Donna so many questions because
Mm-hmm.
she packing all that muscle. They want to know she's packing that heat, and they want to know like like how can I get this or what can I work on with that? And I sit back
Yeah.
and just,
Yes.
it's
Mm-hmm.
lovely. It's beautiful, that they're not intimidated to come and ask questions. And
Yeah,
and
especially
it
this
makes our
gym that
workout.
we go to. I mean, a
Mhm.
lot of people
Yeah,
there. If they see me and they don't see her, they're asking, like,
like where's she at?
"Where's your second in command?"
Like where's
Second,
Frick? Hey, where's Frick? You're Frank. Where's Frick?
Yeah. And there's one guy that he always said, "Oh, she wasn't happy today. She just put her headphones
yeah,
on it. That's it."
until I
Uh
come,
huh.
then you can hear her smiling and laughing about
Uh
or
huh. And they come and they're so nice. They come and just approach and say, "Okay, now the two of them are back together again. Okay,
yes.
now
And
everybody is happy."
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much more fun when you are hurting yourself with someone else.
Uh-huh. It's not good to die alone.
No, no,
No,
we
that's
don't
right.
die alone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's good that y'all two come together. Like when y'all train together, what do you feel like is your best workouts? When like especially like with you, this is Alicia. What do you feel
Mhm.
like is your best workout when you're in the gym with Donna? And the thing that really, and the one that you feel like I need to really work on to make everything myself more complete.
I think I, honestly, overall, every workout we do, I think because although she's also working on her body parts and making sure her body fits criteria and all that, she's also encouraging me in what I need. Like just paying attention to that, which we walk out of that gym after every workout saying that was a good workout.
Yes.
That
Mm-hmm.
was a good work because we were pushing each other, and it's a collaborative thing. So it's not like she's just, you know, working on me and not focusing on herself. It's both of us together, because what I've learned from her, then I'm able to give back to her, right? And vice versa. So I can say just one thing. It's everything. When I first started working out with her, we, you know, if we was working out with lots of people together, and I could not, I could not push any of that weight. But I was determined. I'm like, okay, I am. Why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am. Oh no, keep that
Mm-hmm.
plate on. Let me try that. And I might
Mm-hmm.
get one or two reps.
Mm-hmm.
But as I continued, I was determined no matter what I'm coming out, because she's the rabbit. She's already done it. She's you know already, she has so much wisdom in this. I can glean, I can learn, and she's a great pusher. You know, so you know, it just pushed me to go past my own limits. Because you know, when we're working out by ourselves, you won't necessarily push yourself as hard as somebody else would. You know, and the days that I'm not feeling my best, or I'm not feeling very strong, and you know, and we're working out together, then because she is, it pushes me to do that the same, you know? So yeah, I can definitely say it's every workout. When we have a leg day, when we have a back day, you know, no matter what, arm day, whatever it is, it will be good. We're not wasting time. You
Mm-mm.
know,
Mm-mm.
every workout is gonna be, it's intentional, because we have goals, you know, and we remind each other of the goals. I don't care if we, like I said, if we are going through some things, okay, let's leave that aside. Let's
Mm-hmm.
get this in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
Yeah.
it's been beautiful. Every workout, every workout.
That's good that you two can like just really connect. It can be both competitive but also companionship in the
It,
Yes.
gym together
Yes.
because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know I used to work out, but it was different when I was in high school. When we have a bunch of guys, "Oh, come on, man, come on, you can do it, you can do it. You push that one last rep." But then when you do it by yourself, you don't really push as far as you want because
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
it's not either there's no really encouragement or really no competition. It's just
Yeah.
you
yeah,
versus you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
it
so
is.
that's where we always, left off with each other. If I'm working out by myself, or she has to work out by herself because of her clients or whatever, I always tell her the same amount of work that you put in when we together is the same
Mhm,
amount of work you have to put in when you by yourself,
that's
because
true.
what counts.
Yeah.
I trained myself for years, except for with the days that I'm with my coach. I had maybe 2 days with him, and all the other days was me, on
Hmm.
me. So I had to push myself just as hard as, working out by myself, because I already know when I get back to him and he see me looking like, oh,
Like you
okay,
can manage.
yeah, what's the matter with you? You're not able to handle it. What are you doing in the gym? What are you doing when you go to work out? He's gonna start questioning my integrity, how what I put in to
Yeah,
my own workouts, and he never had to do that for up to now. Still,
yeah,
he already know when
yeah,
it's time for me to train. He don't have to worry about me. He don't have to worry about me putting in my cardio. He don't have to worry about me getting in my nutrition and stuff. Only sometimes, because when life catch up to you, sometimes you kind of like miss a meal here and there. But I'm just saying, those are things that he would tell anybody. He doesn't have to worry about.
yeah.
I take care of my business,
You're right.
and then when he sees me and he trains me, I stand up to it.
Yeah.
And so
So
it's her.
see the privilege that I have to glean under a professional, an
Mm-hmm.
Olympian. You know, she shares all of those things. As I was coming in the beginning, just doing it for sport, for fun, like you know, just willy nilly. You know, now changing my goals and my desires in the sport. That's the way God works. So then he had us cross paths, right? So watching her, hearing her, you know, understanding what it takes, you know, my mindset, what has to change in my mind, you know, rest and recovery. She's on me all the time about things like that. That's what it takes to be a pro, right? That's the road to pro. So not only do I get that opportunity to glean from her with the workouts and form and things like that and the push, but then also the mindset because that's vital, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good to have that, especially understanding, what it takes to be in this sport,
In this
and
sport.
because this sport is not as as well known compared to others. It's been around for a long time. But I've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
It's pretty much worldwide because I've interviewed ladies from other parts of the world, other
Yeah.
parts of the country, but still, it's like we talked about. I think even David talked about how what can we do to get it more attention. I even do we every so often on my we talk about some of my I must talk Monday podcast. We talk about things like tomorrow I'm gonna have a thing on Sunday where I talk about what's going on with men's bodybuilding and
Hmm.
even certain
Yeah.
divisions like Physique. You've also maybe a couple of shows this year. Figure even has been cut from some shows, like especially
Yeah.
like one of the bigger shows,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
all the
Mhm.
classic.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
it's not like I said, and also we talk about how we go back to the expense of it because for you ladies, you have the cost of your suits, the travel
Mhm.
expenses,
My-
hair, your makeup, your tan. Now you do your own hair and makeup pretty much,
Yeah.
Alicia,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
and you probably help Donna with hers. So
Oh,
that
Yeah.
she
thing is
did my hair.
expensive.
She hooked this sister up with her hair.
Yeah.
So-
And it's
So see,
supple. Yeah.
I'll talk about
Supple.
mine. What can I do with mine? Because this is all of
You-
it right now. I'm gonna, in the next couple of months. I'm gonna cut. It's gonna be time for me to start shedding because it's kind of it's getting a little warmer now and
Coming on
time to
to
shed.
summertime, George.
Yeah,
Summertime.
yeah. And also I'm planning on going out of town myself. I'm planning on a trip. I'm not gonna say just yet, but I have.
Ooh.
I'm going
No,
up
that's exciting.
north. I'm going up north. I've never been up north in my life. I got,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm a country boy going up there north. Maybe hit the big city, but
All right.
yeah, because doing this content and talk to you ladies, I really get to learn stuff. I hear your
Yeah.
stories, and that's why I enjoy the opportunity to have someone like Donna on here. She's been on here guest before, and
Yeah.
she really
Mhm.
brings a great energy to you. And and I remember I saw you interview with David, and y'all just really were just having fun, and bounce off each other. And
Mhm.
that's why I reached out to Donna and said, you know what, let's have Donna here have a little fun. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
she's game for it. And that's important to understand that even though the sport can take a lot out of you, you still have to kind of grind yourself a little bit. Like I was talking with Don, like talking about Alicia, the situation going on in your division,
Hmm.
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
the two
Yeah.
Olympians.
Yeah.
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 That's the thing. They're still children because I think that's probably maturity is a factor when it comes to the sport. That's why I enjoy when I talk to you mature ladies, who I think like in my age, because you're like, y'all in my like, most definitely you're like, oh, about just a year younger than me because I'm going to be
Yeah.
50. No, you're gonna be 52 this year, right?
I'm gonna be 52. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be 52 in November. And
Yeah.
Donna, I usually don't accolade her age, but I know you're up there too. And that's where I
Yeah.
think,
I got y'all beat by
She
far.
got this. Yeah.
yeah. But like I said, yeah. Like the old saying, like the older the wine, the finer with time. That's how you know.
Hey, black of the
Yeah,
berry, the sweeter the
breathe it.
juicy.
Yeah. I feel like this episode of one of my favorite shows. What was it? Martin, when he
Oh,
had
right.
like, I have Gina and I have Pam. I have caramel and chocolate.
Yeah.
So my man Jerome.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's that. Martin is that's one of my great shows, and
I know. I
that's
love him.
the thing is that I think with women, everybody has the mindset that it can be. I think a little more contentious sometimes with women when it comes to the
Yeah.
sport. Because it
Yeah.
can be a bit of rivalry. Guys kind of rivalry, but it's with men. Like I remember growing up, when we were boys, we fight each other. Then next year we
Yeah.
make
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
The next,
Mhm.
Right.
the
Mhm.
next day, when y'all girl
Mhm.
fight, y'all like the outlaw jokes you wear. Y'all live for the grudge.
Yeah. Right. For the grudge. And
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
been. It's been for me because I guess I mean I love people. I'm a hairstylist. I mean you got to love them, right? And I take that because that's the way I thought the sport was going to be when I first, got into it. And then, like I was telling you before, finding out or with everybody that I've met, I've only met a couple of people who were really, standoffish, more or less. And I guess it was just more I don't know if maybe they were the intimidation and like when you get I guess
Mhm.
you're putting your sport mind on or your competition face or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That I've run into a couple of people like that, but even for me, it doesn't bother me. But it's been a great thing to be able to be backstage and just really kind of rally the ladies in, loving on them, encouraging
Hmm,
them,
hmm.
that kind of stuff, and it does lighten up the atmosphere, like literally, you know. Um, and I think a lot of people, like you said, maybe they go in thinking that way as well, like the intimidation or the competition, that kind of stuff, and then everybody's kind of closed mouth and sealed tight. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't help myself but to go back there
Hmm. You
and
know, to
and
be honest with you though, I I kind of I get quiet like a couple weeks before a show and
mm,
stuff. But actually, when I get backstage, she
yes,
would tell you. Even when we together, I would talk and stuff. But mainly, my mind is like I'm focusing at that point in time.
mm-hmm,
But when I'm actually backstage,
yeah,
I
it's
want
that
to meet
time,
ladies. I
yeah,
want to meet ladies, and when the music come on, I was like, "Hey, girl, hey!" I'm ready to like let all this load that I've been
yeah,
working on for all these months. I'm ready to let it go, and I'm ready to really enjoy and embrace these other beautiful women
that's
beside
right,
me. You
that's
know,
right,
and let it be a competition. Let it be us women that coming together and we. I mean, I had some like for Olympia. OMG. Um, what's the name? I forgot. What's the name? The
Tracy.
Tracy.
Oh God.
Oh, Tracy
I've
Guy.
never.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yes, I
Tracy.
have.
so beautiful.
She has a great
Oh,
Oh,
personality. She's been a guest on here because remember
yeah, I
we
love
brought her
her.
on that time after we did the post masters. You, me,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tracy,
yeah. The round table.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl, and
Yeah,
Trish Wood, and she's. I remember first time I interviewed her.
yeah.
She's just a great. She's like laughing. She's very
Oh,
passionate too because her husband is
he's a,
Iranian, and
yeah.
he's really passionate about what's going on in his own country. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember
Yeah.
when I told her, "Hey, you have a great physique. You are going to be make it to Olympia." She did, and then she gets the Master Olympia, and she has a great
Mm-hmm.
personality about her. So I think that's the
oh,
one thing. She's just. I hope we can see her maybe competing this year. She hadn't announced, so she
She
competing
she
soon.
is. She told me she already picked some shows and stuff like that. So
so that's
I'm
exciting.
yeah. She. Oh my gosh, she lights up the room.
Light up the
And
room.
I'm right there with her. We're like, hey,
Hmm.
Those Aussies is a different level of
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
and that's what makes it so much fun. Like
that's
this
what
is
we
a fun,
need.
fun,
That's
fun.
what we need. It's
Yes,
that bond. And I think that's why the shows are so like it's so scattered because it's people are not women. We're not seeing it as as a way to just meet other people,
mhm,
get
and
to know their
experience.
stories. You share your own story and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know, and everybody want to be stiff and just like this and like it's time for me to just let everything flow when I get to the back
yep,
because I know I'm ready to do some damage when I get up there, but I'm gonna make some friends while I'm here,
right.
and I did make some beautiful, beautiful people. Their heart is nice, their
Yes,
laughter is contagious, and I just want more of it.
yes.
Yeah,
Because it's
you
up to
know,
the judges at that point, like you said, George. You are in the gym, you do the work, you've
yeah.
done all of that. Now
Mm-hmm.
we get
Mm-hmm.
there, it's like you may as well relax. Now it's not you need that encouragement though, right? And that's what we should be there for. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
older ones, the wiser ones helping the people who are just coming in, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
just encouraging them to, it's okay, just relax. We're here now, let's just
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
fun. We only have a
And
few seconds on stage, you know?
I know this is the one little girl from China. She told me, she said, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Yeah,
This is my that I just made the Olympia just now. This is my like first biggest show. And she was terrified.
yeah,
And while I
yeah,
was sitting there warming up and stuff, I was talking to her and stuff and like, just go do the best you can, love. Enjoy it. You
Yeah,
worked hard for this moment.
that's right.
Enjoy this moment.
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
show them what you have. Show them what you can do.
that's right.
You're the one that worked to get here. You're the one
Mm,
that belong here. They don't just throw anybody in here. You have to win a show in order to be here. So you did it before.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And
because
to
I
get that
know
kind of encouragement on show day, backstage, it's
Hmm.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
She said,
It is
yeah
"Thank you
so
so
beautiful.
much."
Yeah.
And
because
that warmed me because I was like, man, I wanted to see her smile. I
yeah,
Yeah.
wanted to,
I
you know.
remember I had an interview with a lady a while back. She's gonna make her pro debut at Triple O, and she remembered that she did Chicago. She did Miss International, but didn't get a pro card there. She went to do the USA's, and then her suit, I think the strap broke on it, and she had a lady who lent her a suit. I've had ladies who told me that. I think one lady told me in an interview where she forgot her shoes. She was doing figure,
Yes.
but somebody gave her shoes for the one just told her to bring them back later. It's good, like the camaraderie.
That's
And
what I'm
me,
saying.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
it. It's there.
Hmm.
yeah,
And sometimes it just needs to be encouraged, and sometimes, we if we're not quiet, then you kind of, and you encourage other people to open up too.
yeah, that's
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
good. That's why when I reach out to ladies like what I want to say, let's talk about. Like, I got a lady right now. She's kind of nervous. It's gonna be her first time doing an interview. I said, here, this is what it's about you. It's just you and me. Like right now, we're not like in a bunch of people. We're not on the stage and the judges are
Hmm.
looking up
Hmm.
and down. This
Hmm.
is about you sharing your story, and maybe you never know, you might inspire somebody out there who's maybe a competitor or
Yeah.
somebody who's going through
Yeah.
stuff like ladies I've known. Like I just did post a video for a lady who just turned a birthday a while back. She told me how her husband nearly killed her first husband,
Oh.
and she survived that. And also really, as you talk about the young competitors, like one lady I got to meet when I was in Tampa, Paula Ranta, and Paula is planning on competing. I think I think she's may confirm it, but she might be going up to women's bodybuilding. She might be doing triple O. This is what I've heard.
Mm.
And she's and you were at Chicago with Paula because she's still right behind you in Bresilac Similac. So as they old saying go. She just how old is she? 26. I mean, what was I doing at 26? I think I was holding down, two jobs at the same time. I was doing
Oh
that.
my God, 26. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I think that's one thing that helps the sport if we have these young competitors, but they need to be smart
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
do everything quick, fast, in a hurry. Because
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
would say take a step back,
yeah.
and if you really want to be here, sports are always gonna be here. You can go off, get married,
That's
have
what
kids,
that's what
and
I
come
love.
back when you feel like you're ready. And then like I
Yeah.
said again,
Yeah.
you hit that level. Because I think one thing with bodybuilding gets talked about a lot is the use of, because you're natural, but the use
Hmm.
of performance enhancers is always going to be the finger pointing when you're a bodybuilder. And even
Hmm.
if you are natural, it's still going to point a finger
It's
because
still pointing
you
fingers.
Oh
you
yeah.
put on muscle.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of it, right? It just is. I haven't had that though. I mean, I don't, I don't have that much muscle, but I'm working hard to get.
Oh,
I used to have
please.
some. It was like under here, but it's under this now. I mean, it just, I don't know. It happens. I need to get back in the gym again. And well, I got a bad shoulder right here. And
Yeah,
two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But that's the thing is, discipline is an important part of that
Oh
in the
yeah.
yeah.
sport
And
Yeah.
like you said,
because
the young ones need to learn that it does take time. And I understand you are anxious. You do want it. I know, just knowing that I have to have more muscle for the division I'm in. It's like, oh, I just want it to come. And then of course my age is a great factor. I'm older. I'm not young. Thank God I was doing more, before bodybuilding, so I was able to attain, some muscle, but
Hmm.
it's like it's a hard thing. But then you do have to, I do have to settle my mind and say, okay, just take your time. I mean, like you said, the sport is here. I can do this forever. I can do this forever, and continue to build. And as long as my body allows, as long as I take care of it, as long as I, recover it and all of that, then I can do it as long as I want. So it's like, just like you said, if they could just be patient, you know?
mhm, yeah, that's important. Patience is important virtue. But I think with young people, as I said again, they want everything quick, fast, in a hurry
Yeah.
because they just It takes time,
Yes,
and
especially here in this. Yes, it takes so much time.
yeah. Right now, Dom's taking a little break, so it's just you and me right now. She might come
Yeah.
back in later. And what's the plan for this year?
So this year, I'm super excited. We're starting prep now, and I am gonna do Pittsburgh Naturals. Yes. So I'm like,
Which oh, you would do either you would do the team collegiate or you can do North Americans.
it's the Pittsburgh Pro Natural.
Remember there's two Pittsburgh. Unless you're doing the
So I
one
think
where it's,
actually it's
unless you
May.
do
Uh-huh.
oh, so that means you're doing the team collegiate masters.
Okay, yeah.
That's because it's two Pittsburgh shows. Team
Okay.
collegiate masters. That's I think right time same time as Chicago Pro. I
Yeah,
think about the
okay.
same weekend. And the North Americans. That's the same. It's like right before the World Championships
Hmm.
because those are two shows that do masters. Gary,
Okay, yeah. So I know for sure the one that I'm planning for is May 16th, 17th. So that one.
yeah, so
And because
that's
I know when Donna does, because I think she's planning to do one. I think she's gonna do Chicago maybe. So yeah, that's what it is.
well, we got her back. I think she just had a little issue. We'll bring her back in. Here she is. Yeah, wait, give her a second. She's got the technical difficulties. Yeah, because
Man. Yeah,
I,
so I'm excited about that.
yeah,
That's gonna be the very first show. And this will again my second big show. So it was nerve-wracking at first. Then it was like, oh no, this is I'm purely excited now. Just excited because it doesn't matter, and that means there'll be more people in my class
Can
to
y'all hear
compete
me?
with. Yeah, we can hear you.
oh, so you're going to do the natural show with the Pittsburgh Pro? Oh yeah, that show. Okay,
Yeah,
because I the Team Collegiate that's in July,
yeah,
same week as
but this
Chicago.
is yeah,
This
this
one,
is
yeah,
in May.
because it used to be Pittsburgh Pro will be before the New York Pro, but this year New York Pro is going on first. That's the first show for women's physique for Olympic qualification. Um, yeah, because because it's like I forgot that that's a
And I
natural.
think this is the first time that they've added the natural
Well,
division to it.
actually, second time they added natural.
Okay.
Second time they added. The question is, did you check your qualification? Because I think they're supposed to say you have to be qualified either because that's one thing you better check to see if you are qualified for it because some say that some shows you have to either do a natural show, a regional show to
Hmm.
get qualification, or it might be because you already did show like the Masters USA.
Yeah,
I mean, just something you have to talk with your coach about. See if you are. If you are, then yeah, do that show. You
yeah.
probably get your pro card because, like I said, natural. The NPC is really pushing more natural shows
They
this year.
really are. So that's exciting. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
exciting.
yeah,
So
yeah.
can you hear now, Donna?
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know why.
She said she
I
can hear
can't
because
hear.
She can't
because
hear.
her
Well,
phone.
just go in and go out. Go in and go out and come back in
Go
again.
and come back in.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you, but yes,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear
her.
you though.
Yeah, yeah, it does that sometimes. So let's give it
Yeah,
this time to go. But yeah, because they're pushing more because you have other natural organizations like OCB. There's a
I know. Yeah,
WGNF.
NFL.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've interviewed a couple of ladies who do natural, and even a young lady who got her pro card at it was the Ben Weeder show in
Yes.
Virginia, and that was she looks pretty good. Her name is Sable Smith. She's also a national competitor. She was doing those other organizations before, but she switched over to the NPC.
Yeah.
And because I think it's because of all the stigma that comes with bodybuilding because they use performance enhancers and steroids
Hmm.
and stuff like that, natural's really getting popular. But it's like I said, for y'all competitors, it takes y'all a lot more time and putting the muscle and the conditioning compared to the enhanced competitors.
Yeah, it's true. It really is true. And then, and so, which made me super excited to do US Masters USA. I just wanted to see how well I could stack with ladies my age, even though it wasn't a natural show. Well, my coach put me up to it. He felt like my physique worked for that. So it was cool. I didn't feel intimidated by it at all. Yeah. I mean, and then I've been competing in the in NPC already anyway, you know. But I wasn't in figure. So this again, my first time in figure, and definitely you have to have way more muscle maturity.
I've seen
Mm-hmm.
like Donna, you're backstage in Chicago. We've seen figure girls who are should be doing women's physique.
Man, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I I mean, I've seen girls right now. I just saw one girl. She posted because I follow. If you follow Female Body Channel, they do a lot of content on women bodybuilding. If you know, female bodybuilding, and there's a girl. She's a figure painter. She's right now off season at 200 pounds. That don't make no damn sense.
No.
One lady who I got to meet when I was in Tampa, Dr. Meg, she's right now, she weighs more right now off season than Andrea Shaw. She's at 220, 230.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh. And and I'm talking about my 160,
One,
159, and I'm like, get it off of me already.
you can't even handle it.
Effort. Like,
Can't even handle it. Oh my gosh.
I
I mean,
cannot.
that's some weight. That's
I
some weight. I
cannot.
mean, I'm coming from 200 pounds. I don't ever, I don't want to be there again.
I wouldn't mind being 200 pounds right now. That'd be,
I've been,
I wouldn't mind being like 230. That'd be great.
hey,
I
but
don't
there
have to
was a
buy extra
time,
large clothes.
there was a time when I could not wait to be 200 pounds. Thought I was going to be standing behind my clients in a bikini for as soon as I make 200 pounds. I bet you I'm going to be standing behind y'all in a bikini. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But
That,
coming from,
That is one thing that I always was very cautious about
yeah,
in off season. And even my coach will tell you, he feeds me, okay? Like
yeah,
literally he feeds me. And I tell him before, I can never ever get any higher than the 160 because my body do not like
oh,
anything
yeah,
higher than that. It
yeah,
doesn't like the high 150s even. So I know how uncomfortable it is for me because I'm thinking I need to still look like, the sexy mama and stuff like that. If I got to fight with my clothes, George,
it'd be, it'd be like that. You ever saw the movie Tommy Boy with Chris Farley? Fat guy in little coat. Fat guy in
yeah,
little coat. It just. But
yeah.
that's the thing is,
For real.
even if you
every single day I
Every
come to
day,
work out.
every
I
day.
tell her I was hijacked. Okay, I was hijacked, and my sports bra,
With a
like,
sports, by the sports bra.
oh my god, I keep scissors like close by. Okay, I will cut myself with that.
you, got to do like when you put on your pants, you got to do like Jeffrey Bodine, put a rope around it because the belt don't work no more.
Right?
I don't know. I'm so uncomfortable when I pass. When I pass,
Yeah.
and this is only the second time I even got up to, and it took me a minute because I was in like. I was in the lower 150s, 150s, and the high 150s, and I sit there the whole time. My body can it would do that every now and then until I really start back prepping stuff, and
But
then
let me,
when I get on prep, then it starts to it would climb up a little bit and then it would start to settle down and just go back to how it was before. But I tell my coach, he was I said, I don't like the 160s. He said, you might not like the 160s, but them girls
them big old girls.
then
But them
girls want the
kids,
160 because they want to pack the muscle. I said, I don't care. With this little frame, this little poor little body, I can't see it looking. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
yeah.
With my clothes and stuff, and I can't be in prison every day in my clothes like this. Like I cannot.
Yeah,
But
So
going to
to
work
get
and
up to that,
going
this
with wearing a tight shirt, and you might like just all you gotta do is like,
and it'll
I
pop.
know. And the whole the belly and everything gonna come hanging out like this. Everything is gonna pop right down in the middle like that.
like the Cribble Hulk, like your old Cribble
But
Hulk, like that. Dun, dun,
her
dun,
body
dun.
can't help it because it has packed on so much more muscle, Lord.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The muscle, I love that. Let me pack on the good muscle, but I know it comes along with the weight. I had to, like,
Let me ask you.
mentally, keep telling myself that all season you're supposed to look healthy,
Yeah.
juicy. You know, you're supposed to you're supposed to have your nice little lady lumps back, and feel feminine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna push the envelope.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. I will stitch my own mouth up, like, literally, and do cardio all day long.
yeah. That's the thing is because it's part of the process, but also you have to feel comfortable doing with it because
Yes,
that's why
yes,
some
yes,
ladies say
yes.
they want to go in bodybuilding because they want to put in that size. But then if you type of woman that trains heavy, if you use a little more extra gear than you need, and then you're seeing your body growing, you're trying to stuff yourself. You're trying to be like a square peg into a round circle, where
Mm-hmm.
and that's the problem is that also the judges they're telling the girls like there's one girl I've seen I think I got a picture of her somewhere. She does uh wellness,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl her name is Tiff Sam. Have you ever heard of her?
Oh, I know Tiff Sam. Yeah.
She looks like she can do women's bodybuilding physique.
She,
I
but
mean,
she's wellness.
and that's the thing. The wellness girls, I get it is massive. I just saw an interview
Yes.
She met.
Anastasia Ryder. She was on a podcast. She was talking about how some of the bikini girls using Trin or Anavar, and
Yeah.
you shoot and and then you bring in. Excuse me, it's the division that I we call it the basic big division. Trish Wood. She named it like that. It's called Fit Model. Excuse me. Ha! I'm disgusted by it. I've interviewed a young lady who I met her in Tampa. She just turned pro with Fit Model. She's nice. Her name was Amy, and I have nothing against her. I just have an issue where your brain in the division is going to end up looking like the division you're supposed to be. Reboot
Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Same thing we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
because the thing
I
Yep.
is,
mean, the
go ahead.
ladies are already, I know some of the pros are coming down from bikini to fit model, but they already have muscle. I mean, you can try to lean out more, but the way that their physiques are already set up, my God. So then now you're gonna have, the new fit model crews coming in trying to compete with that, and it's just gonna get harder and harder.
Yeah.
They're gonna look
And
bigger
then
and bigger
they're gonna
than
want
what
that
we
look.
have.
The other ladies are gonna want that
The
look because
pro
they're
look
looking at these ladies coming in that already
that
on gear.
already
So most
developed,
of those
yeah.
fit models don't have to be on gear.
They don't
This
need to
this
be.
is this right here is an example. You don't have to be on gear if you don't need to be on gear.
Right.
You
That's
know,
right.
this lady right here, and just because that she work out with me, and and I do my gear or whatever later. But most of the time when we know that we working out off season, this is all natural between me and her. This is muscle
Yeah.
that I'm building on my own. This is
Right.
the strength that I'm doing with nothing except my own will and,
Yes.
and doing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when this happened, it just put a lot of stress on some of these divisions
On the late.
too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's true.
and I
Yeah.
think it was you, George, that had that low segment there with these guys. My cat, she wants she she wants to be in there. And
Nothing new. We had cats, dogs. They
God
just like
damn.
attention.
yeah,
Yeah.
she put it right in my face, like like literally, like, yeah, say hi.
I
So
get.
I like the part where the guy said that it comes down to also, you know um the coach knowing where you need to
Where you
be, what
should be.
division that you need to be, and
True.
also the judges, they need to let you know, if you're too big for women's physique, then you need to go up to bodybuilding, and if you come back on this stage, we're not gonna look at you because
Because
we
yeah.
already tell you your feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And you need to adhere to it.
yeah, 'cause I remember when I was in Tampa, I saw Rachel Daniels,
Oh,
and she was coaching Keisha Oliver, and
hmm.
there's a picture of Rachel and Keisha together. Rachel's legs are way bigger than Keisha's.
Yes.
And I mean, and she's, she took that time off. She's going through some stuff. She could go up. I mean, this one chick I saw, her name is Yulia. She's Russian, and she has a great look to her, and she's also attractive too. She can go up, and I think that's one thing is they don't want this is what happened is when you brought in women's physique years ago, it was to be replacement for women's bodybuilding, and a lot of those ladies had some of them came down to physique. Even though they did drop a little muscle, they still had those aesthetics, still had the muscle belly, still had the size. You just had to come in a little more leaner, but still, you reformatted the vision. And then when you have judges like one judge, I don't think he don't need to say anything. He don't need to be a head judge for nothing. That's Tyler Mannion. He's another example of you're wet behind ears, best like Similac. You never competed. You have no place to tell anybody. You shouldn't be a head judge at all, but we all know why you are a head judge because who your father and your grandfather are.
Yeah.
But when you have people like Sandy Williamson or Steve Weinberger or Tim Gardner or those people who have competed or been around it, yes, you take the word. But somebody else who does not have proven his worth in the sport, he should just be quiet, sit aside and watch and learn. And the thing is that some of these women have to have the courage to say, you know what, I shouldn't. I understand why I got into sport for a reason. I understand it's about evolution. If you go back to someone like Linda Murray, when she competed, she had a great sport. Then keeps evolving from Linda to Iris to Andrea. Even you look at this whole situation right now where Sarah's accusing Natalia of using some stuff, and sometimes they just did Natalia and Andrea was at a seminar, and you see them posing together, even though Andrea's way bigger aesthetically. Natalia's not too far from her. She just, like I said,
not too far at all. No,
not
you're right.
too far off.
I wish it would be clear and concise. Because I definitely understand that because when I first started, I was looking at on Instagram, just looking at the pros because I thought that's your track, that's who you follow, or that's who you are trying to be like, because that's who they deem the winner, right? So that means your physique should be like that. And I remember a coach was telling me, because when I would get really lean, you see all that muscle, but they had so much muscle. The coach had told me, he was like, yeah, they don't want you to come in like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, they don't want you to come in like that. You have to work your way to that. So I was like, well, okay. I didn't really get it. I didn't understand.
Wow.
I thought they were the example.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember when I first met Alicia.
Yeah.
And I told her, you are not a bikini competitor.
I was like, yes, I am.
I said, no, you
Yes,
ain't.
I
No.
am.
No, you're not. when
Exactly, I told her.
When you
And
get
that was the
dealt,
first time that we met. And I tell her, I said, you don't have a bikini body. You have a figure body.
I mean, and then I couldn't stop pushing the weight anyway. So it was
Yeah.
like,
She had already had the foundation for the muscle mass and everything. And I was like, you just need to make that move, because if
yeah,
you go back in front of these judges, they're gonna keep telling you the same thing.
they would.
You're too lean, you're too muscular for bikini,
Yeah,
and you're gonna still have to transition, sooner or later. And I told her
that,
that.
that
Our first
transition.
meeting, I told her that.
yeah. So she told you, say, you know what, say, bitch, you too muscular, you too strong.
Uh-huh.
You can't do bikini.
You cannot.
Those little teeny papa girls. Like, wait,
Yeah, and then she wants to lift all the weight in the world, like a woman's physique. So I was like, do you really think
You
that
gonna
the
stay
judges
in
want this
bikini?
muscle woman and here these bikini ladies? No.
you gotta do the bikini walk and you stick your butt out, but then you have like you look like you have styrations like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
My
the
friend,
back just talking to you as you walk.
yeah.
my friend was like, "Okay, you go out there, keep stumping on that stage like Baby Huey with those other bikini ladies." Mm,
and and here she is now, right
finally.
in the category that she belongs,
Yes,
and
after
she's
4 years.
shining in that category.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
feel
think,
so much more confident.
yeah, that's why I think really this should be a thing. Like, this is also going to do another thing on Monday where we talk about how really there should be like mentoring, especially
Oh
for
my God.
competitors to sit
That,
down, like just. And one thing is everybody has to come together.
Hmm.
That's a problem that too many people is like out from themselves. But everybody,
Yeah,
especially for
yeah,
y'all women, come together. You see these younger girls who coming up, or you see these other competitors coming up who are trying to squeeze themselves in the division and sit down and say, you know what, you need we really, like I said again, we really sit down and talk where you want to go. Because
yeah,
if you keep going
yes,
this way,
yeah.
you're not gonna do as well. If you
Mm-hmm,
go over
mm-hmm,
here, you can do a little better.
yeah.
mm-hmm,
I remember one lady, she
mm-hmm.
told me she did a show where she was doing bikini and she was doing figure. She was like, I think she took fourth in bikini, but then she got first in figure. Then she
Figure.
decided to move up, and
Wow.
and competitors at amateur, you can double dip. You can do this division, but sometimes, it's a hit or miss because sometimes, I've seen ladies who got pro. I remember one lady I interviewed a while back. She did North Americans. She got three pro cards,
Oh, wow.
two
Wow.
of them, two of them figure and one in physique. And that's the thing. I think that's one people talk about that the crossover might be the big problem because you can cross over. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. I never had the urge to put
Yeah,
heels on. I never had the urge to try another division. I don't know why, but
yeah,
I've never ever thought about it in my head that
yeah,
I would try another division ever. Not
yeah,
even bodybuilding. I don't want to do it. Mm-mm. No,
yeah.
I don't want.
you be like out muscle like, hey, what's a little chick doing down here? Let's go over here.
Exactly. I I I
So much
want to be
quicker.
able to fit through a door when I don't mind having these big old round pumpkins,
Boldly.
and stuff like that. But I
Shoulder
want that
shoulders.
when I go somewhere with my girls that I at least able to sit in the chair, like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
I have a guest here. Shout out to my man DJ J coming through. He says, "Hey Alicia, I think I saw a video of you YouTube doing hair. Don't you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
YouTube channel?"
Yes. I
Hmm.
had one, so actually a friend of mine, she bought when I first started, she started bodybuilding as well, and she was in her 60s. So that was like beautiful, yeah. And she was just starting. And she did like community interviews. And so she would go to different places and just highlight different businesses and things like that. And so since she was my friend, she highlighted me. So I was kind of doing a little bit of YouTube stuff. So that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
Nice.
indeed.
Hmm.
that's why I think so. Also, that me ladies need to get the stuff out on social media. I know some people are kind of skittish about social media because it can be a pain. Like with me. This is for me. This is what I do. I'm
Yeah.
on IG. I'm on YouTube. Not too much on TikTok. I got a TikTok
Yeah.
account. Don't be on it too
But
much.
I don't either.
Yeah, and Facebook. I do have I have two Facebook pages. One is my first one. One I had because one time I thought somebody hacked my just forgot my password,
Yeah,
and I that's it's important to get stuff out there, like
it is.
like podcasters, like not don't have to be bodybuilding podcasting. It could
Yeah.
be just
Yeah.
women
Hmm.
talking about stuff, talking
Hmm.
like I think one lady I interviewed, she did a podcast for a religious podcast, and
Hmm.
she talked about her faith,
Yes,
and that's the one thing is that I think somebody has to really you have to get on your own way. You can't
you
be
do.
Yeah.
shy because I
Yeah.
And it's
understand.
so
Yeah.
true. It is
Hmm.
so true. And I mean, I think I'm outgoing, but I don't know why social media is almost like, I don't know. I guess it's like being on a big stage, you know? Um, and that is hard to kind of transition over
It just
to.
feels vulnerable, and like, to put yourself out there, like you know.
Yeah,
But it's something that we always talk about, even when we videoing most of our workouts and stuff like
workout.
that.
Yeah.
You know how long it take us to put that content together and put
Oh
it up
my
there. You
God.
know, but
That's why I
but
do lives because I that editing
The
thing is
content
just
and the editing, oh my God, that's like a
yeah,
job.
it's a
And for me,
job.
and and even for me with the salon and even with the bread, it's like
Hmm.
I'm doing all the stuff. And there are a lot of people doing all the stuff, especially when you are a small self-employed
Yeah.
business owner or whatever. But to do all of it's just so much. It's so
It's a
much.
lot.
I got to get from here to there to here to there. So I go
Mm-hmm.
in at salon and I am loving on the clients.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking one time about filming. Not anymore. Too much of life I have to do. But I definitely understand it's
Yeah.
important. But
Yeah.
thank God
Yeah.
for word of mouth, because I probably wouldn't still be in business.
Yeah, and also good that you having somebody, young people. They grew up with this. We didn't grow up
Thank
with.
I
that's
We
was
did.
just about to say that.
We grew up
Yes.
with. We had
Yeah.
TV and movies
Mm-hmm.
like
yeah,
that. Like I don't watch cable much anymore. Truth, I don't watch it at all. I'm mostly on my
yeah.
computer, or I watch like was it what I was watching? I was watching old cartoons this afternoon and this morning, and before I started here, I was watching Three Stooges. They were on, and so like during the week, like I said, I don't have a job. I don't do anything. I'm on disability. I'm most time other than going shopping and doing my laundry, stuff like that. Every now and then,
Yeah.
I'm at home. I'm watching court shows. I'm watching cartoons. I'm watching old westerns. I watch an episode
The
of
old
Gunsmoke.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it just reminds me what it was. What is on now is it's not as entertaining like it used to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
lot. It's
Mm-mm.
it, it's disheartening. Is what it is. A lot of the shows. I don't watch TV either. Honestly, I have a big TV. It does not come on. Like it just doesn't. I mean, we're always busy. It's pretty cool to see commercials, but now commercials are boring too. Like if somebody, one of my clients, if they're watching something, then that's when I get to see a commercial. They're not even like they used to be.
Well,
Yeah,
I
So,
watch
just
TV.
had
I
yeah.
have to watch the Food Channel.
oh, if I would watch the Food Channel if I had time.
I
I
I
love the
used
Food Channel.
I used to remember when mom was alive. We'll stay up till watching Chop, and she said, "I asked her,
Oh,
you ready to go to bed?" I said, "No, I'm not ready to go to bed." Okay, we're not ready to go to bed because I used to have to put her in the bed because she couldn't walk. And we used to
yeah.
watch Chop. I mean, one time this British guy says, "My cooking's not that good." And he always kept winning. He said, "My cooking's not that good." I used to watch that. Uh, what was this show we used to watch? I was talking to a lady, a friend of mine. We were talking about she was tried out for an episode of Naked and Afraid. She's also my friend Eunice. She's Eunice Martinez Kitchen. She's also a bodybuilder. They told her she was too old to be on there, but she did like a trip to
Mm.
I think Peru, and I told her say, seeing a buff chicken naked and afraid, that'd be kind of exciting. But but it's just that I think because of that, because social media is very unpopular. It's a way to get attention. I know, and also with sponsorship, because you're not sponsored, and that's the way a lot of they get attention from sponsors because y'all social media
Sure.
active.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
was telling Donna.
Mm.
You gotta get out there, because that's
I
where
know.
we'd be able to get some sort of sponsorship. If you're posting, if you have a following, that's, I mean, and I understand that's the way that it's a win-win situation,
Mm-hmm.
for both parties if we're out there. So
well, I don't know if you ladies know about this. Is a lady who I've interviewed before, and she was IB Pro named Gina Carvero. Her, Helen Trevino, Irene Anderson, they have their 14 Pro company. We do coaching. They also are looking to sponsor competitors. I think
so
I might have seen. That's it.
we were looking at that, but we were wondering, like, was it, where you have to be a part of their team, right?
I don't know. It could you could
I
check.
kind of would. I was telling Donna. I kind of would. We can send a message, but
Yeah,
I
we
kind of would
looked at
think
it,
that
and then because I even asking David, I was like, do you have to be a part? Are they looking for somebody to be a part of the team, or they're just gonna
just look
sponsor
at the
you, even
sponsor.
though even if you are with
If you already
coach or
have a
team.
coach or a
Yeah.
team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's sort of, because I've seen that a lot, on Instagram now. Several coaches putting things out there saying they're going to sponsor like a certain amount of money, so many athletes, for competition. But I think you're a part of their team, so that kind of makes it hard.
Yeah. Well, my friend Eunice, I pull up Eunice here. Here we are. This is where we're at Tampa. Summer, and that's me. You see me. I'm doing my flexing. That's Eunice right there, and that is the legendary Diamond Dave, David Lee. This is a true story. I was there. I was the area at the venue, and I was charging my computer and my phone. I was walking back to the Bad Rat booth, and I saw this older guy. He looks, I didn't really pay attention to me well. He was with a woman. I thought it was his wife. They were looking at the booth, talking to people. And then I'm back there sitting at the booth, and we just, look at my phone. And then I see this guy coming out. And something in my head clicked. Said, wait a minute. I recognize that man. Where did I recognize that man? And so my head go like, like my computer, like my brain open like a computer, pull up files, register,
Mhm.
David Lee Roth, lead singer, solo artist. I said, whoa, that's David Lee Roth. He talked to us
Yeah.
real good because he's a bodybuilding fan. Because he was,
Ah,
one of his trainers was a female bodybuilder named Kay Baxter. With friends that trained. He was there, and it was just a great opportunity to meet someone like that. I would have never met him in my life. The biggest celebrity I ever saw in my life was with Al Trebek when I went to Disneyland like about 30 years ago, and my family we were leaving, and Alex was walking out with his daughter on his shoulder. I ran out of film because I was taking so many pictures that day. I saw
yeah.
Al Trebek. But to talk to David Lee Roth, I mean, I remember listening to songs like Jump and Running with the Devil. Like I said, like you, I grew up in the 80s.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm, mhm.